I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 24, Volume 12. We've got a Volume 12 because somebody sent me these. Yes, Generation Pixel Stuart, his details in the description below, you can go check out his channel, sent me these tapes over. And we did one last week, and see it's got a little red dot. That's my kind of way of knowing I've done a tape. A little red dot on it. We did tape 4, so today we're going to do tape 5. So I'll just get that into a tape deck, shouldn't I? Okay, the tape is in the drive, but this time around we're going to go with tape loader because, instead of the usual load dit, we're going to go with tape loader because apparently these are all 128k games, but we don't believe that for a second. But if you want to see more, have a look at volume 12. Turned it up to 12, sorry, volume 12. Volume 11, we've turned it to 11. It's just me because I'm doing volume 12, aren't I? Anyway, so yeah, if you want to find out more, have a look at that one because that shows the actual pack this comes from. I have no idea what's in it though, because it doesn't really give you anything. You just open it. I guess you just bought it back in the day and just took. No, I'm sure there's more to it than that. So we're just rolling away, just checking the tape was making this movement there. But I'm sure there was more to it back in the day. But anyway, last week I had so much fun, especially finding Roberto, which, by the way, I should have put up on the screen. I forgot to put up on the screen. I'll do that. I'll do that. Try and remember to do that next week. But I had so much fun finding games that I really liked, and these are all kind of budget titles for the most part. These are Bug Bites ones, re-releases, Mastertronic, and this one's obviously called Omega, but I'm not sure which Omega it is. I think this is a Mastertronic one. I have no idea what this is. Some I know and some I don't. But I seriously enjoy. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I'd like to thank Pixel Generation Stuart for sending the tape my way, or the tapes my way, because we've got 4 more. We've got a couple more episodes after this one, so we'll give this. Oh, that didn't load very well. This is the joys. Let's try basic and see if we can do a load dip from here. See if that works any better. I did hear a turbo loader there. We know my nemesis, the turbo loader, is there. But yeah, thank him. I've got to thank him for sending these my way. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm watching the tape move. I'm just checking it's moving. I can't really see it. Do you know something? It's been a long week. I don't know how your week's been. It's been a very, very long week. It's been busy and lots of things happening. A lot of strenuous sort of physical exercise and work for me, which you don't normally do a lot of. So obviously it's been stressful for my old body. But anyway, don't remember doing that last time round. Was I talking through it? Probably was, wasn't I? And you know what I meant to do as well? I meant to show you the PC games that I picked up the other day. Those ones that I was quite interested to show you, but I've not done very well here. I've not done very well at all. I hope this doesn't have Strange Loop on it, because that'll be the icing on the cake. That's meant to be loading there. You see in the bottom right-hand corner there, it's like the flashing on and off. It's meant to be loading. It's not loading, is it? I wonder if there's an Omega on PlayZX, which is maybe the game that we're looking at. Let's have a quick look on PlayZX. That's not going to load, though. It hates me, those kind of things. I'm sure there will be an Omega. Let's have a search, and we'll see what it is. If there is an Omega, we'll give it a try. There's a Mastertronic Omega. It won't be Omega Run, it'll be Omega 1, I suspect. So let's try. Let's get the old tape deck in here. Let's give this a try, because I don't like it when they don't work. To be fair, they were very well rewound. I don't know did you do that, Stuart? I don't know if you did, mate. But if you did, I'm quite impressed. It's very rare when I get these things and they're actually rewound. Right, let's just reset the spectrum again. It's a 4-minute load, this one, apparently. Let's push the button on it. Let's press the play button on it. 4.5 minute long load. It's probably the one, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. No, Omega 1. That doesn't look like it. No, this is probably not it, but while we're here, we might as well have a little look at it. It might or might not be. It's really weird. There are variations of games out there. There are version differences. And I don't know, I guess Do you think that they found a bug as they were putting it out and then decided to change the variations? I'm going to assume that's the case. So, if they got a really big bug or something in it and they came back enough that they maybe changed it because of that? Don't know. Maybe. Omega 1. This looks cool, actually. Stone Bee, that's his name. Stone Bee. I like his rifle. It's got a real Star Trek-y feel to that, sort of squareness of it, doesn't it? A little square feeling of sort of the rifle being... It could have been a shotgun of sorts, I suppose. Could it be a shotgun? It could be a shotgun. Maybe. Absolutely maybe. So have you had a good week? Have you been busy? Have you done everything you need to do as well this week? Have you made the world, put the world to rights? We always need to put the world to rights when we get to a certain age. I certainly feel like the need to put the world to rights sometimes. I think it just happens, doesn't it, over one night? You just decide you're a bit too militant to really care anymore. Just too militant to care anymore. No, absolutely, too militant. I still think they should bring back that orange and brown, though, for the W.H. Smiths. It's my favourite colours. Boots are still the same colours, though, aren't they? They're white and blue. Went in a Boots the other day with my wife. Not been in a Boots in ages, and this is the thing about high street brands. They should be doing better than they are, but they're busy sort of taking traffic away from the high street and busily increasing parking fines and parking sort of prices everywhere and adding all this sort of financial cost to you to just go once around the cities, and then they wonder why the footfall reduces significantly. Honestly, it galls me. I can't imagine how these people function who actually go, tell you what, let's make it really hard for people to park in the city, but why is the footfall going down? Because you just made it really hard for people to park, and people were encouraged to drive cars, and it was all very car-centric. You got rid of all of the blooming trams that used to go through cities and stopped at certain places. All that kind of stuff went with the production of the motor car. And of course, nowadays though, we got electric ones. Which again, in theory, I'm not even going to go into the fact that in a box they're not actually. In a box they're carbon neutral. And when all the production and all of the poisoning of the planet with lithium and all the other bits that they're using, it's not the best thing in the world. But other than that, let's not get to that. But theoretically, there's no pollution if you've got an electric car going to the city. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's insane. You want footfall, you want business, you want trade, you want people to come and put their shops on your high street, but nobody wants to because you can't get anybody to come into your shop because nobody can be bothered to get on a bus to go to the other end of town with the shopping for the most part. It's just nuts, isn't it? It just doesn't bear thinking about realistically. But Boots anyway. So I went to Boots, and this is the Boots I used to go in as a kid. So I've been going there since it's probably been nearly there over 50 years. That's how long this Boots has been there. And I went in with my wife the other day, and all of a sudden this thing that I used to think was huge as a kid seemed very, very small. There was the usual thing, the beauty counter and a number of items that are there, and they still have a place that you can process your old photography stuff. How mad is that? But yeah, you can still take your films in there, and then they still have an opticians, but everything else is just gone. There's nothing left. It's trimmed to the bone. When I was a kid, I used to go in there, there'd be Star Wars figures, there'd be shelves of Star Wars figures, there would be a section with a Nintendo Entertainment System and a Master System that was set up, those old versions where you could test and try and play. Those things were all set up, and you had all of those lovely things, that were all set up around about. Stop the button, look at that, can define my keys, brilliant. By John Stewart in 1987, programmed and coded and developed by using an Amstrad CPC 128. Look at that! Running high-soft DAFPAC CPC. Wow! So it was actually formed on an Amstrad CPC. That's really cool. I wonder if it's on the... it's really nice, actually. I like the graphics. I don't think I've ever played this game. Looks brilliant. Anyway, so the romantic robot interface. Right, okay. Forget the technical data. Program, text, tables, 10K, graphics, 19K, room data 6K, 4.5k spare. My God, this guy was really good. Right, okay. You are Lieutenant Colonel Brad Stone. You must destroy the Omega 1 complex by destroying each of the planets individually and finally destroying the enemy ship and following. The following is all information you have on your on the complex. That's fine. Is it 3 to do? Define the keys. All right, okay, right. We know that each planet has a central power generator which provides it with all the energy needs. Right, okay. Transportation between planets is only possible by using the available telepods. You will be require codes in order to use them. However, we have no data on these codes at this time. Cool. Each planet consists of a number of levels. Only way we have of discovering is to access the various levels is by using the lifts positioned on each planet. They go upwards and downwards. Fair enough. Items have been observed in each planet which will be of useful to you. You can exchange other objects inside one of these information stores. These may help you pass obstacles you may encounter. That is very cool. Look at the date. This is cool. If you complete your mission, your only means of escape is through a hatch on the ship. This is opened when the ship has been primed. Right. Wow. A lot of instructions there. Right. Left. Down. Up. Fire. Use. Pause is H. Everybody uses H for pause. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, we've now got to another section. It's like there's like a main title screen in this. 1 for keyboard. Here we go. I can't fire though. Alright, okay. There's a gun there. That's probably how I'm going to be able to fire, peoples. Don't die yet. I've got it. Yeah, we've got the gun. Wow. It's pretty good. How do I get in there? Losing lives, I think, there. Oh, no, let's just go that way. Go that way. Okay, fine. There's another arrow saying pointing going this way as well, so let's just keep going that way. Let's see if we can go out this... Ah, there we go. I've got a credit card by pushing down. Ah! It's the gun room. My head's come off. My head flew off. My head flew off. Oh, look, I've got another gun. Oh, it just recharges my... Ah, recharges my firepower. Right. What's in here? That's a wall. This is pretty good, actually. The movement's a little stiff when he turns and stuff like that, but this is actually quite good. I like his spacesuit as well. He's got a little bug-eyed spacesuit. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the planet, though. I did read the instructions. You know I read the instructions. Head's going to come off. Not quite yet. Got head's off. I like the way the head flies off. Alright. I don't know what I picked up there. Let's use the lift. Oh, can go down. Ah, destination S for surface level. Oh, look, here we go. Got to sort of square yourself up with it, though, to get through it. That, like that. Nope, can't use items there. Level 2. It's kind of weird when you turn and you push the button once and you stand still, though, instead of keep holding it. He'll spin round and then face forward. It's kind of handy. This definitely needs a bit of mapping. I wonder if that's a map at the top of the screen there. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. Got like brains as well at the bottom. We're obviously in the computer terminal room. Aha. There's something there. Information pod. Let's go this way. This thing here is an information pod. Let's push the button here. I'm going in the information pod. Oh, you change your pass into a specific item. A to abort. What's a number 1? I can't change it to a number 1. I can change it to a... Right, okay. A to abort, because I've only got one pass there anyway. Pretty cool, actually. I could see me playing for this for a lot longer. Actually, this is the kind of game that's got time, you know, sort of stuck next to it. That you kind of like. Oh, is that a new gun? Can I get that? Oh, I can. Oh, falling. I've fallen down. You. That'll teach you to be more careful using the tubes. I've died. Percentage gain 5%. Final time. Oh, still got my name in. There we go. Demons, but spelt with demo. That's pretty good, actually. Quite like that. Omega 1. I bet nobody's played that. I bet you bought that on the Spectrum. I bet because it was so late in the day, you never played it. I mean, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The thing about the Spectrum and its lifespan is it's so quick between 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. If you really think about it for a second, you literally have the Commodore Amiga. It sort of turning up. Is it 1987? You have, you know, it's 87. I think it is 87. You have the Mega Drive by 1989 in at least Japan, and then the UK a year later. You've got these things. That's 16-bit by that point in time. The Spectrum came along. Probably it came along at a great time for the most of the British public, because we were looking for computers for our kids and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's what they thought we were going to do with it. But you know, it came along. It was really quick, and then it's really quick to 16-bit. Now, I genuinely think that, you know, I think there's a comment, isn't there, between Chris Curry and Sir Clive Sinclair. I don't know whether it's true or not. Within that, in the Micromen, where they could have said they could have been the IBM of the UK. They could have, if they'd worked together, they could have probably dominated computer manufacture in the UK for, well, you know, until now. Probably they would have still been there, I suspect. But they didn't do that. But that's the point. It went literally 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. Think about 32-bit. 32-bit appeared and in general consensus of use, and not just in the IBM machines by that point, because you had the 808 80, was it, or 86 was the 86. The 808 80 was the 8-bit one. But you had 16-bit in those. You had sorry, I didn't have 32-bit just yet, I don't think. Yeah, he did later, but anyway, but that came along really quickly. These are the 80s, 1989. You know, my dad purchased an Olivetti 286. That was 16-bit. And the graphics and all of the other things are so much more advanced. No faults. I've never heard of this. So much more advanced. You know, Wing Commander used to run it. Wing Commander 1 and 2. Do you remember those? And this is what was happening. This is the rush to achieve, because it was Moore's Law, the original thing of the sort of processor increase in speed was really much in effect right then. The speed was just going up exponentially, and by 1994, for instance, you literally have the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1 by 95 in the UK. 32-bit gaming machines, multiple polygons. You know, I remember the boast of the PlayStation 1, which was it had 1.5 million polygons on screen at any one time. That was amazing. But we didn't skip that far. In the quest for power and glory, as they said in Weird Science, in the quest for power and glory, you forgot to hook up the doll. And in that case, the doll is sadly not Kelly the Block. But the point is that they thought that they're in their race. Oh wow, shore jumping! It's good shore jumping, by the way. It's a good game. This one, I like this one. It plays really well, better than you think it is. You think it'd be crap, and it's not. It's actually quite good. But anyway, but the race to sort of dominate the British computer market fell at the first hurdle. Looking at the screen there, at the first hurdle, because they continued with the 8-bit generation, trying to market a budget computer at Acorn, the Electron, when we were already getting into 16-bit machines, and people were spending the money to buy these things, even if an Amiga cost nearly £400, even if an Atari ST cost nearly £200, £300. That was starting to happen in the homes. Games consoles would be getting more and more advanced. The Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, they were getting more. They were kind of starting to appear. They were getting more and more. So instead of selling a 16-bit machine that was backwards compatible with their BBC software or the ZX Spectrum software, which would have been delightful, they didn't. They pursued different things, and Sinclair was desperate to get his QL out on the market, which was 16-bit, but it didn't have the games. It wasn't compatible with the current machine that they had. It was a mess, and the only machine that was close to that almost had a trajectory into space, and into this kind of thing, was the Sam Coupe, because Sam Coupe had a way to load an emulator effectively into it to allow you to still play your original Spectrum games, but it didn't have the Sinclair branding on it. Of course, by this point, it was already under Amstrad's hands because they kind of lost their way. Didn't have the Sinclair branding on it. It had, Miles Gordon technology. Nobody knew what it was. I remember seeing it in the magazines. And I almost dreamt of a Sam Coupe. I still dream of a Sam Coupe. Whenever they come up and I see them go for £800 to £1,000, I weep because I feel I should buy one. I do. I feel like I should just do it. I mean, 15,000 of those things were sold, and the point is that the Sam Coupe is just such an underrated little machine, but it wasn't a Sinclair brand, and I think that was for me was probably the issue. I saw pictures of Defenders of the Earth on it. That was one of the few games that made it to it. There wasn't very many. There's one from Thalamus, which is basically effectively a one that works on the Sam Coupe and also works on the Spectrum. I think I've played it actually on the channel. Can't remember what its name is, but anyway. But it was just a disaster of movement, wasn't it? If you'd been able to give the people what they wanted, if you'd been able to give them a way to still, a disk drive, 512 megabytes of RAM instead of the K that we had, or 512K of RAM, so that we've got so you've got the or the 1 meg that you could get with an Amiga when you put some memory in it, or whether or not you bought it that way, that kind of thing. That's the way they should have been focusing their attention, and they got sidetracked by things like selling games and the software that would have followed if it was still as compatible as it was previously. If you'd left the Z80 processor in there, even if you built a new machine and had the Z80 processor in there as a way to go backwards, it would have been great. Think about Nintendo. Even Nintendo did this. When you talk about I love the music. Super Nintendo did this. They did it with the Super Game Boy. What was the Super Game Boy? Do you know? I know. It was a Game Boy inside a cartridge that plugged into the Super Nintendo. It was literally a Game Boy. There's the whole Game Boy's innards are inside that cartridge that you stick into your Super Nintendo, so that you could play on the big screen, albeit with a few more whiz bangs, because of course it's a 16-bit machine. You can push some buttons to change the background colours and the templates and all this kind of stuff. You could play your Game Boy games on the big screen. Brilliant. excellent idea. I know they didn't sell particularly well, but they sold well enough that they're cheap enough to buy. Yeah, the Nintendo's always done its backwards compatibility, hasn't it? It's always pretty much done it. I think, for the most part, you've had Game Boy Advance games in GameCubes, you've had Game Boy Advance games in DS's. I was actually the only thing I was quite surprised by. Of course, the Switch doesn't really capable of taking it because it doesn't do two screens, but I was surprised that the DS didn't end up in the Switch as an option. Here, stick your cartridges in here and play DS games. Surprised it didn't happen, but the point was there's a lot of backwards compatibility and knowing your market. I think there was a little bit of a loss of market there, wasn't there? There really was. Anyway, I've been waffling for ages. See what you think. And you put some comments in while I have a quick sup of my old coffee. It's a big cup today. I've gone with the sherbet fountain one. Yes, that's it. Licorice. Oh, that's a good brew. Oh, that is good. I like it. Right, press the key. Keyboard 1. What to accelerate? I want Q, decelerate. Left, right, jump, retire. G. 1 player. Right, so you've got to go over the start, jump over A, B, C, D, E, finish. Right, okay. No more than 20 faults. Right. Oh, blummeneck. I'm a horse riding demon. Oh, how do I make a jump? I thought that was. Hang on. How many players? 1. Are you going to jump if I push the button? If I it's space used for something else. Z. G. Retired. Oh no! I've crapped up here. I've put the controls in wrong and it doesn't like the spacebar for jumping. Oh no, it does. Yeah, I don't know if I've missed it. There's a person walking down. It's actually quite good. Alligator software. I do like Alligator. There's a reason why I like Alligator, and it's because I refused 3 times and I lost. Right, okay, we'll try it again. I like Alligator because these are the people who did Who Dares Wins. Oh, go get off. Oh, I'm gonna run to the finish. There's 3 faults. I'll run to the finish and see if we can get there. Hey, no, can't. You gotta jump some fences. I know. I'm faulting. I don't know how I make it jump though. How do I make the blooming horse jump? How did I make it jump before? It's going to fault 3 times, yeah. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? We love a bit of horse show jumping. That went really well. That's me going, it's a great game. And then it just turned out to be rubbish. I was rubbish at it. These are great tapes. I love these. These are so much fun. You know what the best part about it is? The one thing I really love about what's on the tape when we get into it is I really, 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 really Trantalus. I think this is a player's title. In fact, I'm pretty convinced it is. I think it's a shoot 'em up, and I think it's pretty good actually. But what I really like about things like this, including this one, which is obviously clearly a compilation for something with about 1 billion games on it. Can you imagine buying this back in the day? I bet this was like £15 of your hard-earned money, and it's worth. There's just tons of games on here, but. What I really love about this is that we don't know what's on these. I have no idea. Literally no idea. These are the best ones when we have no idea. Quicksilver. It's not Quicksilver. It's Trantalus and it's Quicksilver, and that's appeared all over the place. Let's see if it'll load. Probably not. Invasion of the something or other by somebody Hargreaves. His name Paul Hargreaves. See, half his name's up at the top right-hand corner there, and then part of it on the top left-hand corner. It's just sort of overlapping a little bit. If this loads, I'll be absolutely amazed. I'm going to look it up on PlayZX while it's loading. But I'll be amazed if this loads. I'm pretty sure it is, though. Maybe it was re-released by players, possibly. Re-release? Yeah, probably a re-release of Tantalus. Or Tarantula? Was it Tarantula or Trans something or other? Yeah, oh no, it's Quicksilver. 100% Quicksilver. Well, I've got it here anyway, just in case this doesn't load. I sometimes like to let these run just in case, because you never... I'll be honest, you never know. Sometimes, ever so by pure fluke and by the magic of the data of the 40 years ago, it's just amazing that these load. I actually think it's amazing. Somebody, I saw a post somewhere recently. I can't remember who it was, and they said they were like they dragged their Spectrum out of the attic. They hadn't done it for years. They were surprised when they turned the tape deck on and it still ran, and then they were even more surprised when they put in a 40-year-old tape and it loaded. And I thought to myself, I do that all the time. We still do it. Yeah, some of them are dying. We know that they don't all die, but some of them are dying. But we love it. We love this kind of stuff. We absolutely adore it. There's something brilliant about trying to load a Spectrum tape from many years ago. In fact, PlayZX wouldn't exist without it. People love PlayZX because it's good fun, isn't it? It's good fun putting a tape in or putting something in that emulates a tape effectively, and we just go for it. Here we go. This should be better anyway. So this is off PlayZX anyway, but fantastic. Details and description below, by the way, if you want to know what PlayZX is as an app. I don't know if it works. I don't think it works on Apple phones because, of course, that would be against the Apple mantra of making nothing work for anybody else. But no, they don't like emulation. That's the big thing. I get that, but this isn't emulation. This is just tapes being played back. So I would argue that this isn't really emulation. This is just a tape being played back into an actual Spectrum. And of course, the Spectrum is released this month as well. I hope you're excited about that. I am kind of excited about it. I'm excited because I have various clones, effectively, of the Spectrum. I'm quite excited about it. I'm excited that they're releasing it again, and a bit like everything else, it's not about playing retro stuff. It's not about gatekeeping it. So it's not about the fact that you play it on a. And I saw this as well the other day. I'm sure somebody else would have seen this. So somebody gatekeeping on the Commodore a Commodore forum, saying that it isn't truly retro gaming if you're not playing on a Commodore on a CRT TV, and it's like, who really cares? We're here to play the games. We're here to play the games. We're here to keep the machines alive. They're here to post our crap on YouTube like I do and have these things last forever. The nostalgia is there. We love it. We wouldn't sit here listening to me waffle on while this thing blooming loads in front of us. Really, we wouldn't. You wouldn't do it otherwise, because when we were kids, this is what we used to do, some of us anyway, and when we show our kids, and my daughter will be able to tell you the sound of a Spectrum for a mile off, because we've played Spectrum games together, and she's watched them load, and she knows the process that's involved in it. And let's be honest, you can make it that long list nowadays for a modern day lobby in some games if it's not very popular. So, but it's just the fun. Don't lose the fun. Don't let these memories disappear forever, because otherwise they will. And one day they're gone. And one day we're old. Yeah, very melancholy about that. But the truth is that is the case. Don't gatekeep. Don't do that. Please don't. Emulate. Play. Do as much as you can. I know that the emulation is one of those the grey subjects that that people are not keen on it. I get it. If you've got a current console, like the Switch, for instance, which is the current console, and people are emulating the software from that. I can kind of understand that. I would suggest it needs protecting. Anything else, I think, is fair game, because we need to preserve the gameplay. We need to preserve the games. We need future generations to enjoy that crappy game you enjoyed as a kid, even if that crappy game happens to be a PlayStation 2 game at this point. You do. We just need to preserve it all. All needs to be preserved. It needs to be. You need to be able to play it. You need to be able to do it. You can do it on the original hardware. Beautiful. If you can do it on an emulator. Beautiful. If you can do it anywhere. Just beautiful. You can't complain. We've got to keep these things up. So those fellow YouTubers who may be watching as well, you carry on. You carry on. We're an army of I can't remember. I was going to do a line from Duran Duran there. Cough's still going. She's getting cleared. We're clearing through. So yeah, I don't know. We live in a weird times as well, to be honest with you. Reminds me very much of the 80s, strangely enough. We're living on the brink of war, like we were in the 80s. Remember the Cold War? We always thought that we were going to get blown up by the Soviets. Not sure who's going to blow us up nowadays, but the point is, though, that's where we felt we were back in the days of the Cold War. Probably still the Soviets, to be honest with you. But it wasn't that wasn't called Russia. It was the Soviet Union, wasn't it? All the times of Reagan and other stuff. It's really weird. Gone through a lot of this, and it's funny because I hear some of the younger generation having the conversations we had when we were younger about, whether or not military service would reappear for people, whether or not we would survive this, or whatever else is. And to be fair, after I've gone through a number of what I would call serious conflicts in the world, we have survived. There's some good still out there that's well worth surviving. That's very... God, good God, where am I going with this week? I'm just all over the place, aren't I? You can skip this bit if you like. It's just a bit too, I don't know, weird. Look, the game's loaded. Thank God for that. Right, okay, let's play the game. Thank God. Yeah, I have no idea how to play this though. So, design coded by Paul Hargreaves. I feel I know the name. Press fire to begin the game. What's the keys, though? Do the keys get appeal? Controls. Haha. Q, thrust. Or jump. A, to select a weapon. Cool. O, P, yes. M to fire, yes. T or Y to abort, yes. And that's it. Cool. Oh, yes. We have played this before. I'm invisible. Yeah, you've got the weapons on top of the screen. What was this called? Trantalus? Oh my God. Oh wow, it's really good. Look at the graphics on this. It's superb. It's got somebody's tried to do what's that game? They've tried to do Cybernoid with it. It's kind of Cybernoid. It's Cybernoid. Look at the graphics though. Look at the colours. I like it a lot. Not sure what we're going to destroy him, but I really like this. The creatures, the bugs and stuff like that. There's doors that are locked. Thrusts. Look at that. Wow! Wow! I like it a lot. What do you think? I feel like we should all have a copy of this. Definitely it's mapped, of course, unfortunately. The old school mapping of things. Oh, big empty space here with creatures munching away. Big empty spaces. Definitely is mapped, but beyond that, that's brill. Oh, health dying at the bottom of the screen. Do you know what I really like about it? The best thing about this is just the colours. Somebody's gone mad with the colours, and it's brilliant. Yeah, I really like the colours. Lovely. Yeah, it's really good. Yep. Not sure what we're doing in it, but it looks so cool. The ship's really awesome. I think the players. I don't know if it is players. It can't be players. If it's Quicksilver. Tell you what, if I don't have a copy of this, I definitely need a copy of this. It's really good. Look at that. I just love the use of the full spectrum palette. There's something about it when it gets there. It's like that arcade palette that you get back in the day. I just love it. I think it's great. I keep on using that strange fire thing. Yeah, proper arcade palette. Love it. Well, run through that. What's that? Painful. That's what that is. Move out the way of it. It's so cool. I like the rain there of that. Yeah, definitely. You definitely need to get your mapping stuff out here. I don't think I've found anything useful yet. Just randomly flying around. Not so scared of things now. Oh, been hazmated to death or something similar. That's really cool. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's a good one there. I'm enjoying that one. I've enjoyed that one. That's really good. Let's see what else is on this tape. That is a great one. I love this. I'm going to see great episodes on these tapes. I'm sure I've said thank you to Pixel Generation, but honestly, you've given me a lot of joy with this because so far those have been great games. I've really enjoyed all of them. Yeah, the Omega 1 was great. Trantalus was great. Okay, maybe show jumping wasn't quite so great. New game. It's just a new game. Just a random new game. That's what it is. I just feel like somebody's just taped over all of this with a whole bunch of other games, but at the same time, there's no tape or something on here that tells me that it isn't the original things that are on there. New game, Island. Okay, here we go. Island. The Island. In this adventure game, you must find and explore a lonely island which is known to have treasure hidden somewhere on it. Once you have found the treasure, you must get back to the island. You must get back to your island. Ah, right. Virgin Games. Right. Oh, this is very weird. The text has gone weird. The instructions to the computer to use are phrases forming nouns. I'm not sure this is going to load, by the way, looking at that. The island. This will be one of the looks over his shoulder to check that it's the right colour. Yes, it is the right colour. Pink and blue cassettes from Virgin. I'm pretty sure I've got this one actually, and I don't know if I've played it on the channel or not. But well, no, I'm not pretty sure. I am sure because I basically have every one of those pink and blue cassettes that you can get. I really need to do some. Oh God, so many things I could do. I could do with early retirement so that I could actually get on with recording videos on all the cool stuff that I have in my collection, including completed. White label Firebird, completed blue and pink Virgin Media games, or Virgin Games, should I say. Virgin Media is the name of the company that does the broadband, isn't it? Or the TVs and stuff like that. Except it's not Virgin Media anymore. It got bought out by somebody called Liberty something or other from the US. So yeah, he sold that off the cable company. It wasn't. I guess it wasn't profitable enough for him, but I guess it is profitable enough for somebody else. So that's what happened. He bought a whole bunch of stuff and then sold it off. I'm quite surprised Branson sold that one off, but I suppose, yeah, you never know with him, to be honest with you, what he's going to sell off. He was the man who thought he was going to go bust during the pandemic because people had to ground planes. and he was very scared that his £4 billion was going to shrink if he had to pay for people to be on furlough while they were grounded. Yeah, I honestly have very little sympathy when you've got £4 billion. There were other billionaires out there that paid during the pandemic for their staff and didn't take a penny of furlough money from the government, not a penny, and that includes was it the Home Bargains boss? Yeah, you can Google it. He didn't take any money. He was a billionaire already. Did it out of did it basically out of his pocket for the whole thing. He didn't have to take the money from the government, so he didn't, because it was a national crisis in theory. So no matter which way you see it, by the way, it was a national crisis, regardless of whether you're one way or the other with vaccines and the virus itself. But honestly, people do people things. So okay. Anyway, the island. Yes, Virgin Games. They got some really weird ones there. I did get the Christmas one, the Christmas card one the other day. That was probably one of the last Virgin Games ones I needed, but it wasn't one of the blue and pink ones, so it didn't really count in my head. It's interesting how people count collections. I count collections by, the colours and the backs and all the other things matching together. So the blue and pink ones were the ones that matched together for me. So that was good. I do hope this loads, actually. I'm hoping it's just the screen that hasn't loaded and the rest of the game loads beautifully. And then we'll be on to the other side of the tape. Gosh, look at the time. We've been at it for ages. You and me, sitting here, like it was back in the old days, cross-legged, watching the Spectrum load. Black and white telly. Grundig. Remember Grundig? Leave the tape running. That's not running. That's crashed, hasn't it? The island has crashed. There's no Ewan McGregor on here. There's something else on that tape, though. There's no Ewan McGregor. Not, is it Ewan McGregor? Yeah, it was Ewan McGregor, wasn't it? He was on the island with was it Scarlett Johansson? Do you remember that? Whether there were spares for their alternate versions of themselves, so that very rich people had spares of themselves made, and then occasionally they'd be called upon to sort of go somewhere and be. That was a while ago. Do you remember that one? Yeah, they were spares, so they discovered they were spares, but basically they weren't allowed to be known that they were spares. They didn't really want to know that they were alive, the spares. The island. See if I can find the island. Enter. The island is not on PlayZX, unfortunately. It doesn't surprise me, to be honest. There's one called Island 1983 Unknown. Come on, we're here. Let's play it. It's 1983. It's 43 seconds to load it. Let's do it. Island. It's just going to be a basic program, this one, I would say. And a rough guess. God, so much tape on here. And if they did copy onto it, how? It's not even a bit of glue on it. It's like somebody. It's like. There's no glue on this tape. I'm looking at it. There's nothing to suggest that it's. Wow. Right. Okay. There we go. It's the island. X marks the spot. Right. I see we move. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even sure what we're meant to be doing here. I don't know what that... Can you work that out? Arg. In quicksand. A friendly native pulls you out. Another game? No, that was dreadful. Well, not dreadful, but it was somebody's... It's somebody's game. Somebody's some unnamed person's game from back in the day. We've not been very good lucky, really. Show jumping loaded, didn't it? But nothing else is loaded. Let's go back down here. I think there's going to be one more thing on this tape to see. Let's see. Let's give this a go. That's not working. There we go. We'll see if this works now. Doo, doo. Nah. No. Not working. There's tape wise there's a mouthful, there's a moisty what's a moisty? Moist morsel of tantalising tape left. I'm try saying that a few times. I'm going to have a drink later and I'm going to try and say the word tantalising tape left. Tantalising tape left. A moist morsel of tantalising tape left. Huh? Ah. Good for your diction, that. That's the old Peter Piper. Peter Pepper. Yeah, that one. You know the one. What we got? Hang on. Haven't we seen this before? There's a show jumping. This is weird. New game. I'm sure new game was. Oh, hang on. What was new game? Atlas. No idea. That's totally different than we had previously. What's Atlas? Atlas assignment briefing. Background. A top-class criminal has just stolen the complete American nuclear defense plans. Clearly, he holds the fate of the world in his hands. I told you it was nuclear war back in the day. Such a man is codenamed Atlas. Needed an agent of the highest skill and courage and nerve to seek and destroy this threat. If you have what you think is qualified to undertake this mission, please make sure you read the agent's training manual printed on the cassette inlay before playing the Atlas assignment. Leave the tape running. I feel privileged, but we've got no manual, so we're just gonna have to do Spies Like Us. We're gonna be Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase pretending to be Russian or spies. That's a classic movie, that one. You've got to admit, Spies Like Us is a fantastic movie. Them there in their yak things going towards the nuclear missile and trying to recode it so it goes, because it's a double bluff, isn't it? So they basically try to launch a Russian missile so they can test their new satellite system that shoots down missiles. So and then they send Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase as decoys so the Russians don't see them coming. It's honestly it's a piece of genius comedy back in the day. Comedy when we loved comedy, when things were funny. So yeah, genius stuff. Love it. Watched quite a few movies recently. I'll be more honest. Some of them were all right. It's been a while since we've seen them that were all right. Yeah, there's been a few that I've watched. Have been all right. I've been recommended The Pusher. I don't know if anybody's been ever seen The Pusher. There's 3 movies in it. It's where that Madison guy comes from. You know, that Danish guy who plays quite a lot of bad guys nowadays. He's been in that. Some movies. The director's Refn, isn't it? He's responsible for Only God Forgives. Quite a few things with Ryan Gosling in it, like Drive and stuff like that. That director, very dark, sort of gritty kind of stuff. So I do sometimes like that. Sometimes like a bit of comedy, like a bit of gritty stuff, like all kinds of stuff. You know, I enjoyed The Substance, but you've really got to enjoy sort of Cronenberg style body horror really to enjoy The Substance. And I didn't mind those. I used to enjoy those back in the day when we had weird things, wasn't it? Was it Existence and Videodrome? Do you remember Videodrome? That was terrifying back in the day. I was really sort of a nerve was hit with the subject matter and the who was the guy who played the main character? I can't remember his name. I want to say James, but I don't think it was James. You'll know it if you've seen it. You'll know what I mean. But there's some of those movies were really kind of strange, sort of interesting, movies. Height of sort of being actually terrifying instead of just being the comedy that was probably the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Street and all those kind of movies that were knocking around at the time. Went through some great movies. We've done great movies. I've come to a conclusion nowadays, though, that a lot of the reason for inserting various other agendas into movies is I just think they just can't write now. I've come to this conclusion that it's not down to, oh my god, I don't even know if we're going to be able to find Agent Atlas. I'm going to see if I can find it on PlayZX. But I say I've come to the conclusion that this is just down to really poor writing. So they put, if your writing's really awful, then what you do is you ham it up with all the current sort of socially high media things, and resulting effect is that you get really poor games with a subject matter where you can attack your viewers or your gamers or whoever else it is. And I think that's actually what's happening at the moment. It's kind of a sad scenario recently. Atlas Agent. Let's find Atlas. Search. Absolutely nothing under the word Atlas, unfortunately, on PlayZX. This is not going very well, this one. The Atlas. Search it. Nope. Right, we'll just continue on then, because we can't find what that is. And no idea what it was. If you know what it was, or you played it back in the day, you let me know in the comments below. Because I have no idea what that was, or what that was going to be. Anyway, loaded it. Yeah, I've come to that conclusion though. I don't think it really matters about all the other stuff. That was subterfuge from the movie and game industry. It's subterfuge. I mean, it made us all think that they'd broken the game by inserting various things. Oh, this is a great game, and this is Nifty Lifty. I was going to say it just as it appeared on the screen. No, it's brilliant. I love Nifty Lifty. This is one of I can't remember the name of his channel now. This is one of Rod's favourites anyway, if you know who Rod is. But anyway, he always said it was a great game. It came out in Curry's did a grey box version of it, and there's also the original one, which was released by Vision. Vision did a version of Nifty Lifty in the bottom of the proper box, and I've got both. I really like that. That's the complete collection. I've got all the Curry's tapes. Curry's or Dixon's tapes that you can get. They're there. That's in the complete collection. It's not very many of them. It's about 10. So I've got a lot of collections where are very short as well. But anyway, back to the diversity, equity, and inclusion, inclusion. I think that they're now inserting that so that they can attack us because the quality of their workmanship is so poor. It's a gaming thing. It doesn't really matter. You wouldn't notice those elements if the game was good. It's very simple, isn't it? Think about it for a second. If the game was good, those elements wouldn't be a factor. But they put them in there so that you can blame you for I didn't like the gameplay. Oh, that's because clearly because you don't understand the subject matter. No, I just didn't like the gameplay. It wasn't fun. We want good games. I didn't enjoy the movie because the story was bad. Oh, well, you didn't understand it because you didn't understand the subject matter. Oh, my God. You just can't win with this kind of stuff. But anyway, control options. Nifty Lifty is brilliant, by the way. Right, what are the keys? Can I change the keyboard? Select keys. Press 3. 3 to customize the keys. Right, left. Cool. 1 to return. Select speed. 0 is fastest. Right, okay, let's go with 6. So basically, all you have to do is walk across the thing. It pops you up to the next level. And you've got to walk up, collecting all the toys in the supermarket. You just run all the time, by the way. So once you start moving, you're just going full tilt. Your bonus is a side screen. It is a fantastic, simple arcade game. If this had been in the arcade, but it would have been a top seller. This should have made a fortune. This game in the arcade. It's because it's so simple. It's so clever. It's just very easy to play. You can't go wrong. Left and right. Up and down. Oh, it needs a remake, doesn't it? It needs a ZX Spectrum Next remake. You can feel it, can't you? You can feel a remake coming. Oh, damn it. I got zapped. Oh. There we go. We're up. There we go again. Next level. It's good, isn't it? Told you. Simple but fun. Love these kind of games. Reminds me of Menace. Menace I used to love as well, which is a great sort of simple game. You know, got a basic release on the on the Firebird range. Oh, sugar, you shouldn't have done that. Firebird range, just flipping brilliant. Simple, easy to play. Mechanics of the game are just fantastic. Yeah, I love it. I gotta love this one. I love this one a lot. This is a really good game. There we go. Great stuff. I'm nifty and I'm a lifty. Nifty lifty. It's a great game. Damn. Just my foot left over the edge there. There we go. Up we go. Oh, God. That was close. I like the way it's Daleks, by the way. It's a very, very Doctor Who-y thing to do. What's the ship, though, I'm coming up to on this side? Is that from something? Oh, damn it. We've got 2 lives left. Come on. Get to another level. Okay. I don't know what that ship was. Look at this. There's a ghost there. There's Pac-Man, obviously. Oh no, he changed direction. I didn't expect that. Oh no, again. That's brilliant, isn't it? It's a great game, Nifty Lifty. You gotta give that one credit for being fun. That's a lot of fun. Love it. Nifty Lifty. Top of the table. Well, of course they have Visions. Yeah, it was Visions that released it. Visions release of that one. Brilliant game. Love Nifty Lifty. Can't beat that one. Well, you can, probably, with other things. Oh, somebody's recorded the music. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Right, let's see what we got next. Ooh, nice solid bars there moving on the screen. Star W. Star Warrior. Oh, I think this was a MAD release. So this is the Mastertronic Added Dimension release. I think this was. I think. Was it Vision? No, it's Vision. Oh. Now it's got me thinking. Like that sound. Sound of Data is something. I rather like the sound of Data. I don't know about you, but I really do. I quite like the sound of Data. The data loading is quite nice. I always find it quite. I think I find it relaxing. It's something I used to do. And as I say, you used to sit around your telly, didn't you, with your mate, and you used to watch it, you know, and if you were lucky, you had a mate with a Soda Stream, and his mum would make you like Iron Brew Soda Stream or I don't know, whatever it is, elderberry one or something like that, something weird, because they used to have weird flavours, didn't they, as well? So you'd get one of those, and you'd get a Soda Stream. And in case of the bloke I'm thinking of and his mum, she used to make tuna sandwiches with the edges cut off them. I was just obsessed by tuna sandwiches. Every time I went there, it was tuna sandwiches. Just so weird. Why tuna sandwiches or anything? Tuna sandwiches and a Soda Stream, and some crisps on the side. I mean, it's very kind of her. I'll give her that. But yeah, but those were the. Oh God, KM. Up and down, 0 to fire, 6-7 left and right, S to stop. Bloody hell, what keys are these? Oh, hang on, this looks good. Shit, I died. But how far up the string can I go? Oh wow, this is good. Look at that. Oh wow. This is a tasty little shoot 'em up, I like it. Their shooting, by the way, is quite neat as well, because it's like a sort of sporadic spray. It's like they have like shotguns. Yeah, it's a sporadic spray of firepower. That is really cool. Oh, you can go out the side screen as well. I didn't expect that. Yeah, they're coming at me now. Oh. That one. Oh, God. Star Warrior. Got him. Yes, that's actually really cool. I did not expect that. What am I doing? I'm moving around. I'm just trying to avoid them. I can't see the fire. Am I just floating to the bottom of the screen? I seem to be floating around. Oh my god. Oh, what the hell? I had to land. What? Whoa, this is cool. Try that again. Oh my god. Peoples, that is great. Multi-level, multifaceted shoot 'em up. I thought it was just good when I saw the shoot 'em up element of it. Anybody else play Star Warrior from Visions? That is really good. Oh wow. I must have this. I must have this in my collection somewhere. Gotta have this. One of those games that I've never played, and now I'm really regretting not playing it. That is so good, and the destruction is so cool. This is blooming brilliant, people. So I get thrown at the top of the screen, then I have to land, and then I've got to do something with a as a little Star Warrior outside of my ship. It's like the last Starfighter or something like that. It's that kind of storyline of some sort. You know, your last Starfighter or something like that. Oh, blooming heck! I think they start again when I do that. When I die, they start again. That's a shame. Crumbs. Wow. Sugar. I'm dying tons now. After all that. That's mega. I love it. I want to play it again, but we got tape to do. That is really cool. I want to play that again. I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna find that in my collection. I'm gonna play that again. That's brilliant. Star Warrior. Highly recommend that one. That's got something exciting happening in it. That's really cool. I bet you're pleased you joined me for this episode this week. Even if I do talk random crap most of the time. Okay, what we got? Star Warrior, that was awesome. Not. We've still got about a quarter of a tape to go, so we're doing quite nicely here. We've had a few failures. We've had the island fail. We've had the Atlas Agent fail. But we've had most of the other stuff as either loaded or I've had to load it from another tape. It's been a good one, this one. I've enjoyed this. And we've still got 2 more tapes to go, thanks to Generation Pixel, whose name I've mentioned many a time in this video. And probably even rank on that at this point in time. We're trending on the old YouTube. It'll be like 3rd. Next to the Tyson Jake Paul whatever happened with that fight. Because I'm not watching that at this time when I'm recording this. I'm recording this before that, but whatever happened with that, we're trending probably 3rd, next to Dominic Diamond at number 1, because you know him and Stuart have never been sitting in the same room together because they're clearly the same person. It's true. If you go on his channel, you'll find out. He sounds like Dominic Diamond. If you squint a bit, he also looks like him. So it is possible that they're one and the same person. They may even be brothers. I'm not sure. Could be true. I want him to say the word Games Master. Now over to you, Games Master. That's what I'm going to say in his next video. He's going to say that. Sorry, Stuart. Very sorry. Just stop sounding like him, alright? There's voice changes out there. You can get one of those, you know. Alright, I'm drinking my coffee now. I'm going to behave myself for a little bit. You just stay there and behave yourselves. Whatever knot is loading. Oh, it's good. I like a bit of coffee. Coffee is good. I haven't quite got that sponsorship that I've been asking for many years from coffee houses. But I've seen this game before. It's got quite a nice cover actually. This game is not from New Generation Software. Yes, it is. I've seen it. It's not bad. Do you have a joystick connected? No. No. Would you like a demonstration? Go on then. What's that? Was that no demonstration? Okay. I don't know what's going on. There's like a racy thing at the bottom, look. What the hell? Wow. It's very... Yep. What is going on? I'm pushing buttons just randomly, by the way, and things are appearing on the screen. I mean, it's very pretty, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Yep, that's a game I have never played before and probably never going to play again. Yes, not from New Generation Software. It actually has a cover that's very similar to this with the sort of chunks of weird Tetris shapes on the outside of it, but probably before Tetris became a thing in the world. Right, we'll see what else is on tape. We're getting very close to the end, though. We're getting very close to the end. We can brace ourselves for the big finale, the huge finale, the tasty finish. Well, so hopefully soon. Boop. I think we've seen this one. Be interested to see if it loads this time round, but I don't think it will. I'm not even sure it's Omega 1. I have no idea what this is. I'd love it if it did load, because I'd like to know what it is, but I really don't think it will. This is why this tape's so odd, because why would you put this back on here? There, it's away again. No idea. Let's fast forward and see if we can find something else. We've had a good selection of games, though. We've had another good selection of games. And that Star Warrior has absolutely tickled me. That's in the right way. I'm loved it. It was great. I like the style. It had got something to it. It made me want to play again. When you've got a good game loop, it always makes you want to play again. I'm just going to push reset while I'm at it. Okay, we're clear. Let's see if there's anything left on this tape. I doubt it, but we'll give it a try. They are so weird, these tapes. They just don't seem to fit any kind of category of games. I thought they were Mastertronic ones. There's not. There's Vision ones. There's all kinds on here. I'm pretty convinced I have Star Warrior, by the way, from Visions. If I don't, I definitely need to get it. One more. Oh, Translus. We're not going to load Translus again. Because, and I think that's all that's left on the tape. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's all that's left on the tape, peoples. That's the only thing left on the tape, Translus. I'm afraid that's the lot. That's your lot. That's all you're going to get. That's all there is for this week. But next week, there's another tape. Thanks to Pixel Generation and Dominic Diamond. I mean, Stuart. I'm really sorry. Not really, but anyway. I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.